Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm doing another romance recommendations. You guys voted on Twitter for another new adult, so I'm doing one. I have about 6 new adult books to recommend, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I will also link the playlist that I have for my romance recommendations. I actually just have them in recommendations playlist. I will link the playlist down below so you can check out my previous romance recommendation videos, and let's just get into the video. So the first one is actually kind of a series I'm going to recommend. I'll only tell you like what the first book is about, but I did want to recommend the whole series because I love it, and it is the How to Date a Douchebag series by Sarah Nye. I have book 3 and book 4. Took me a minute. These are my 2 favorites in the series, but I feel like you should read them in order, in my opinion. I read them in order, and I feel like that's probably why I love the 3rd one so much, is just because I read it in order and then I fell in love with this one and this one as well. I hope to eventually collect the whole series, but I only do have book 3 and book 4, so these are the only ones I can show you. But the first book is The Studying Hours, and the second book is The Failing Hours. And this is basically a companion series about college romances. They're really great. I love them so much. Like, this is one of my favorite books of all time. Like, I just absolutely loved it. The first book is The Studying Hours, and it basically follows Oz, or Sebastian, who is like the most popular guy on campus, and he thinks he's just, you know, the top. And he meets Jameson, who is dedicated to studying, and Oz and her meet, and they clash, and he wants to be friends and spend time with her, and she's just not about it. And yeah, I really love this series. I do have to say number 3 is my favorite, followed by 4, and then probably followed by 1, then 2. I do recommend reading them in order just because I feel like you'll understand characters and just things that happen, because they are companions, so they are like friend group kind of. So yeah, I love these books. Highly recommend this series. Next is Sacked by Gen Frederick. This is also obviously a college romance story. I mean, that's basically what new adult is. This follows a football player who wants to make it in the NFL, and he is just trying to work on his game and everything, and he meets Ellie, who is a sister of one of his teammates, and stuff happens. I really love this book. It was super cute and just really great. It's actually quite thick of a book, but I mean, I really liked it, and I do recommend the whole series. It follows basically the teammates. I have to say book 1, book 2, and book 4 are my favorite. I didn't really like book 3 that much, but I still really did enjoy it, and I do hope to collect the whole series at some point. So I did really like it. So the first book is Sacked, the second book is Jock Blocked, the 3rd one is Downed, and the 4th one is Played. The next one I recommend is Undecided by Giuliana. Pease, I'm not really sure how you say her last name. I can't remember if I recommended this one in a recommendations video before. If I have, I'm sorry, but if I haven't, here's another recommendation. This basically follows Nora, who is in her 2nd year of college, and her 1st year was like party, do all that kind of stuff, and then this year she wants to just study and focus on school. She kind of wants to be invisible, but then she meets her roommate's best friend, who is Crosby, and things happen. I'm not explaining these books very well, but we all know I'm bad at explaining books. We get it. Anyways, I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was really refreshing for a new adult book. The characters were fantastic. The romance was great. There is also a second book that is a companion book that follows another character, and I do also recommend it. It's called Undeclared. Next book that I recommend is Stay With Me by Alyssa Patrick. This I read back in 2014, so I don't know if I'd feel the same way about it now, like if I read it now. But I do remember really enjoying this series. I think I enjoyed book 3 and book 4 more, but I do want to recommend the first book, obviously. This follows a girl who is a young famous singer and actress, and she decides to leave Hollywood to go to college in Vermont, and she kind of tries to hide and make sure people don't recognize her that much. And then she meets a guy named Caleb, and things happen. I like how say things happen, but like it's just a romance. Like, we get it. Anyways, this one is super cute, but it's been so long since I've read it, so I don't know how I feel about it. But I did enjoy the rest of the books in the series. Like, I do remember fully enjoying these books. So the first book is Stay With Me, the second book is Go With Me, Try With Me, and Dream With Me, and they're all companion books, by the way. Next that I'm recommending is Escaping Me by Elizabeth Lee. This one I read back in 2015, I guess it wasn't that long ago, and I just remember really enjoying this book, as well as the other companion book. It follows this girl who kind of has lost her way, and she kind of wants to start over again, and she meets this guy who is not really on the right path. They slowly, I guess, heal each other and fall in love and discover life and all that jazz. I just really remember liking it and thinking it was like really well done. And then I do recommend the second book, which is also a companion, called Finding You. Yeah, I really enjoyed both books, and I definitely do need to do a reread. And the last book that I have to recommend is Kaleidoscope Hearts by Clare, Contry. This book, I can't even remember if it's new adult or adult, but like I've looked at the reviews and everybody says like it's new adult, so I'm assuming it's new adult. I can't remember, to be honest with you. It follows this girl who is in love with her older brother's best friend. I think there's like an age gap and other stuff that happens. I don't really want to spoil because the synopsis on Goodreads is so vague. I do remember what happens, but I don't want to spoil it. And this is also a companion series, so the first book is Kaleidoscope Hearts, or there's a book 1.5 which is called Torn Hearts. The second book is Paper Hearts, and the third book, which I have not read yet, is called Elastic Hearts. So I recommend this whole trilogy. I really liked book 1 and book 2, so I do obviously recommend it. And that is it for my romance recommendations. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know you guys love these videos because I always get requests to do them and stuff. I just feel like I'm so bad at giving synopsis and summaries. Like, I hope I do good enough that you want to read the book, or I don't know. Yeah, so that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!